Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the first video I'm putting out just as a kind of tester, just to see if there's interest in this kind of stuff. But yeah, a bit of background about me. My name's Robert. I'm a massive Liverpool fan, but more so I'm a football fan in general. I watch a lot of local games here in Belfast. But yeah, I just love football in general. And yeah, collecting memorabilia is something that I've started doing probably over the past few years or so. I collected retro football shirts, um, but now I've kind of started collecting more stuff that reminds me of when I was younger, just like these kind of Corinthian Microstars you see here. These are just some of the ones that I got in a kind of random bag that I bought from eBay a few weeks ago. So I'll go over these ones, but there's a lot more that I have, a lot of cool things, and yeah, I just think it's a cool opportunity to go over some of these um, kind of retro memorabilia, have a chat about the players themselves and my thoughts and memories on those, and yeah, take it from there. There's a lot more stuff that I have, such as old match programs and kind of annuals from the 1960s and 70s. So I'll definitely touch on those in future videos. But yep, let's get stuck in. So the first one we have here is Milan Barros. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I have very fond memories of Barros being involved in the 2004-2005 Champions League campaign. Definitely remember him scoring some really important goals then. You can see in the bottom of this, you've got some stats, which when I was younger, I didn't even know there was a game that, let me see, get that in focus. I didn't know there was a game that you could actually play with these, but until I actually bought these recently and had a look. But you can see this one's from 2005. So Barros is actually in that famous kit that Liverpool won the Champions League with in 2005. Number 5, he wore on his shirt, which really annoyed me as obviously as a striker. I think Edo wore a number 6 for Everton when he played for Everton, which was a really strange signing. But yeah, I don't. Strikers should not be wearing numbers any less than they shouldn't wear an 8, a 7, definitely not a 5. So maybe I'm old fashioned, but yeah, you can see a lot of these had really good moldings, and the faces were pretty good on them, I thought. Some of them are more worse, but I think this kind of captured Barros pretty well. I remember watching him play. He used to never look up. He was just a proper striker that always had his head down. And there's probably times where he missed um, passes that could have been on, but I have fond memories of Barros. Obviously, he wasn't super prolific from my memory, but again, he's part of that Liverpool side that are kind of immortalised, regardless of their footballing ability or not. So, yeah, this is a pretty cool one to have, especially as a Liverpool fan. Yeah, Milan Barros. So next we have David Seaman wearing the Arsenal kit. You can kind of see the Dreamcast there, which was a famous shirt. I remember Bergkamp and co wearing that. When I think back, Lumberg, would he have been there at the time? You know when there's just shirts in your head and you associate them with players. They're the ones that I would kind of think of. But this one's not in as good a condition. As you can see, there's nothing on the bottom there that you can tell in terms of the year that this was. But my memories of David Seaman probably are Ronaldinho scoring that goal from far out in the World Cup against England. But yeah, obviously a fantastic goalkeeper. And Arsenal kind of, I hated when Liverpool played Arsenal back then when Henry was playing, and Perez and that great team, because it seemed like all the time they used to just torture Liverpool, especially Henry. But yeah, this is a pretty good one, and again, I think they've kind of got the facial expressions and the likeness pretty well on this one. So just a pity it's not in as good condition. But yeah, this is probably, I'd say, close to 20 years old. This, so it's not too bad. So next we have Rio Ferdinand, again wearing an England shirt. If I'm correct, this is the England shirt that Beckham scored the goal against Greece in, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But again, what I was saying before, some shirts just, if you think, of a shirt, a player comes into mind, and this is one of them. So, um, again, likeness, kinda. um, I think, yeah, I don't know. They might have got the likeness of Ferdinand a bit better here, but still pretty cool. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, not the biggest fan of Rio Ferdinand. I think he is a good pundit, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of him. I actually met him in person when the Super Cup was held here in Belfast, and he was part of the team with BT. And I got a photo with him, but he was just very, I don't know, just not a nice person when I met him. But again, probably under pressure and stressed out. But yeah, not a bad one. This one, 2002. So am I correct in saying that would be the shirt that Beckham scored? I can check back, but again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But to be honest, 2002, I was probably, I'm trying to think my age back then, probably 8 or 9. Um, yeah, I don't really have many memories of Ferdinand until he started playing for United. But yeah, obviously, yeah, and probably my interest in football started around this time. But yeah, being a somebody in Northern Ireland, yeah, I don't really have many memories of Ferdinand at this time. But cool little miniature nonetheless. So this is Van Bommel. Obviously an incredible footballer in his time. Um, there's just so many players that Holland have produced, and he's one of them. I think, if I'm correct, he is the manager of Antwerp right now. Again, I could be getting my fans mixed up, but this one is from 2006, as you can see. Um, Pretty cool. I just remember these shirts around that time had the number, the Nike shirts had the kind of number with the circle around it. But again, he was a great footballer. Not many memories, kind of off the top of my head, um, of Van Bommel playing. I don't think I can remember him playing against Liverpool. But again, correct me in the comments if he did over the years. But nonetheless, the Holland and Netherlands teams are just incredible usually, and I know they're frequent underachievers. But yeah, like when I see this shirt, kind of reminds me of Edgar Davids again. Correct me if I'm wrong if he didn't wear this shirt, but that's kind of who I think of wearing this. Um, or Iron Robin again. May have been a bit early for him, but yeah, not a bad one. I think the likeness on this one's pretty good. Next up, we have William Gallas. Again, I think this one's 2004 without checking. Let's have a look. 2003, close. I can't get that to focus. Yeah, 2003. But most of my memories of Gallas probably in an Arsenal shirt. Um, I remember him just being a kind of bit of a hothead. This shirt just reminds me of Gianfranco Sola. Um, that's the player that comes to mind when I see this. But pretty good model. A defender with number 13 again. I don't know if that's fully acceptable in the unwritten rules of football, but I think the modeling for this is decent enough. Um, but yeah, William Gallas, yeah, he was a good centre back. I just remember him having a few errors in him. And yeah, he was a bit of a hothead at times from memory. But let me know if you have any good memories of Gallas back in the day. Okay, next we've got another Liverpool player, ex-Liverpool player, Chris Kirkland. I think this is actually a really good model for him. In terms of likeness, even the stance here is pretty on point. But Kirkland, yeah, obviously didn't have too many games for Liverpool. Suppose that's just one of the problems being a goalkeeper. And he had Dudek, and then um, I'm not sure, was he there when Reina came in as well? I think there might have been a crossover, maybe of a season or two, when he was also back up to Reina. But Dudek went and was immortalized um, for what he did basically in the Champions League final. So um, yeah, Chris Kirkland came out a lot recently about his mental health and everything, and talked a lot of that, which seems like a really good guy. He does a lot for charity, but yeah, in terms of the actual modeling of this, I think this is pretty cool. And again, one from the archives. Another Chelsea player. I think this is the third of this batch, if I'm correct. But Michael Essien, what a player he was. When you kind of think of today's central defensive midfielders, a lot of them you would just compare to him. Maybe that's just me, but obviously he's worldwide renowned as a great defensive midfielder. If you look at the modeling here, he looks a bit like the Purge, like a mask somebody wearing the Purge. I don't think this looks like him at all. Maybe it's just that smile and the kind of dead gaze, but I don't think this looks a lot like him whatsoever. Um, this shirt again, if am I correct, it was the Champions League final against United in Moscow that they maybe wore this shirt. I think it's from 2008. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really want to over research these videos. I kind of want to dig into my brain and get some of the memories I have of these to chat about. But yeah, fantastic player, Michael Essien. Again, just a pity he played for Chelsea. They had so many great players, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Chelsea. But yeah, if you've got any good memories of Essien, leave them in the comments below. Next up is Robinho. Again, I think this is a great modelling for him and his likeness, wearing the famous colours of Brazil. And again, it has the number of the circle in it that Nike was doing at the time. This is probably the same era, 2006. So yeah, around that time of the World Cup. But he was a fantastic player. I just remembered the kind of fanfare and yeah, all the drama of deadline day and everything when he joined City. I think Mark Hughes was manager at that time. But I just remember that signing being kind of massive. One of the first, if not the first, um, I don't know, like grandstand marquee signings that City made, and probably changed a lot. You see now with all the transfer fees and everything, but I remember him being a really tricky player, great finisher, but again, I think he's one of these ones that kind of went off the boil a lot, wasn't consistent at City. And yeah, this is me digging into my memories, so feel free to correct me in the comments if you think I'm wrong. But and the stat sheets will probably prove me wrong. But yeah, he was a great footballer, and again, Brazil are just one of those countries that just churn out great footballers. So yeah, I think this is silver, so I don't know if this was kind of like a shiny version or whatever. I know there's like gold ones, but I would love to actually play the game and have a look on the rules. But yeah, Robinho, cool little miniature, this one. So the penultimate one I have for this video today is Gabriel Heinze. So I think he's Argentinian. Is that correct? From memory. But yeah, I don't have too many memories of Heinze as a Liverpool fan. I remember, I think he scored against us on one occasion. My brain is just scarred by Alex Ferguson's teams at Man United. You know, my whole childhood, most of my friends supported United, and you know they won so many titles under him. But I do remember Liverpool being linked when he was kind of about to leave United. Did he join Real Madrid? Uh, I need to double check, but I remember Liverpool being linked heavily with Heinze from United, which was kind of. I know there's been some players like Paul Ince and who have played for both teams, but you know it's a pretty rare occurrence when a player plays for both clubs or transfers directly from one to the other. But yeah, I think the likeness of this one, again, you know, it's not the freshest of memories of Heinze, but I think it's really good likeness, this one. And that shirt, the kind of Vodafone shirt, just reminds me of Roy Keane wearing that shirt. And again, correct me if I'm wrong if he didn't, but 2005. But yeah, or a young Ronaldo wearing that shirt as well. And randomly Wes Brown comes into my head with this shirt. But yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. And again, almost 20 years old, this, so not in the worst condition at all. Finally, we have Stevie G, Steven Gerrard. I think this is from 2002. Yep. So the same one that Ferdinand was wearing in terms of the kit. But yeah, kind of looks like Gerrard and it kind of doesn't. It's got that whole uncanny valley thing. I know Stevie had a kind of shorter hair around then. Used to always bug me that he had number 4 for England. I know towards the end of his career, I think he might have went to 8 or something a bit more midfielder like, instead of number 4, which I just associate with like centre backs or maybe a wing or a full back. But yeah, Steven Gerrard, obviously as a Liverpool fan, incredible footballer. I don't think in his England shirt there was always that debate about Gerrard versus Lampard, and you know who's the better one and can they play together and can't they? I don't think we ever seen fully the best of Gerrard in an England shirt. I think he was always better at Liverpool, and um, yeah, fantastic footballer. And yeah, somehow I still think he's pretty underrated, even though the world kind of knows how good Gerrard was. But you know, I can only imagine if he had joined. You know, he was always linked with joining teams like Chelsea, and I think he was linked with Real Madrid at one stage as well. Um, I can only imagine if he was in one of those teams, even under a Klopp, like a prime Gerrard under Klopp would be frightening. I think, or even under Pep, you know, it'd be a crazy proposition. But yeah, that's Gerrard again. Probably one of the better models, but you know, there's probably other ones that I have are like a bit more like Gerrard. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. If you think this is interesting, definitely leave a like and subscribe. I'm hoping to make more of these videos. I have so many of these and other bits of memorabilia that I want to share and talk about. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, leave a comment in the comment section below. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Thanks.